Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I'm going to provide you the latest travel restrictions in the Philippines. This is regarding the requirement of a 48-hour negative test prior to arrival. Please take note that if you are a Filipino, whether you are an overseas Filipino worker or non-overseas Filipino worker, or a dual citizen or a permanent resident in another country, you actually have two options. Your first option is to present a 48-hour negative test. The other option is that if you are a fully recovered individual who recovered from COVID-19, you must present two positive tests with specific requirements. Let me provide you the specific travel requirement for this 48-hour negative test. So here is the actual wording. Present a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours prior to the date and time of departure from the country of origin or first port of embarkation in a continuous travel to the Philippines, excluding layovers, provided that he or she has not left the airport premises or has not been admitted into another country during such layover. Let's talk about who are required to present a 48-hour negative test. Let me provide you the foreign nationals required to present the negative RT-PCR test. Please remember, at the beginning of this video, I discussed the two options for Filipinos, but for all foreign nationals, you don't have an option to present the fully recovered individual from COVID. All foreign nationals, including former Filipino citizens, foreign spouse, foreign child, and foreign tourists, whether included in visa-free countries or not. So all foreign nationals. If you are a former Filipino citizen or a Balikbayan, unfortunately, you must also present a 48-hour negative test. You don't have that option of presenting the fully recovered from COVID requirements because that is only applicable to Filipino citizens or Filipino passport holders. Where can you obtain a faster RT-PCR test result? Here in the US, you can search for a same-day testing for RT-PCR test and get the results. However, it is more expensive. For the COVID-19 testing self-payer, for example, here in Las Vegas, the 1-hour RT-PCR test result, which is 1 hour turnaround time, it's $250. However, there is another one. The 36 hours would not satisfy the 48 hours, and rapid antigen is not acceptable as well. However, if you use your insurance, the turnaround time is slower. It's like 36 hours of turnaround time for $75. So I would suggest to look for RT-PCR test for international travel in your local area. And you must self-pay, meaning you don't need to use your insurance and you must pay out of your own pocket. Let me provide different scenarios for those who are flying through direct flights, those who will have multiple flights from the same country or multiple flights from different countries. What happens if you exit in a different country? Let me provide you the first scenario. If you are having a straight flight or direct flight, take the RT-PCR test and get the results within 48 hours prior to departure. Let's say 1 p.m. March 1st is your departure. You must take the test 1 p.m. on February 27, 1 p.m. onwards, and get the results within that time frame before your flight. Another example, if you have multiple flights in the same country, you must take your RT-PCR test and get the results within 48 hours. For example, again, 1 p.m. March 1st departure. Take your test on 1 p.m. February 27, 1 p.m. onwards, not before, onwards, and also get the results within 48 hours. Here, you have another flight in the same country, and your arrival in the Philippines is on March 3rd. Another scenario if you have multiple flights from different countries. Take your RT-PCR test and get the results within 48 hours. So count back for 2 days. 1 p.m. is your departure time. And then take your test 1 p.m. onwards, February 27. So that's actually 2 days. And take your second flight, different country, and then your arrival is on March 3rd. Let me provide you another example. You have multiple flights in different countries. Also, take your RT-PCR test and get results within 48 hours prior to 1 p.m. March 1st is your departure. So take it February 27, 1 p.m. onwards. However, if you have another flight in a different country and you exited that country and stayed there for 1 or 2 days on March 3rd, you will start all over again. So, take your RT-PCR test and get the results within 48 hours prior to your departure from a different country. For fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR test, you can still enter the Philippines as long as you have a positive RT-PCR test not earlier than 10 days but not later than 30 days prior to the date and time of departure from the country of origin. Another positive test needed is your test taken within 48 hours prior to the date and time of departure from the country of origin. So you will have to present 2 positive tests in order to avail of this fully recovered rule for Filipino nationals. In addition, you must also present a medical certificate. There are certain requirements that you needed to comply for you to be able to use the medical certificate. The medical certificate must be issued by a licensed physician stating that the Filipino national, certifying that he or she was an asymptomatic, mild, moderate, severe, or critical case of COVID-19, as the case may be, or has completed the mandatory isolation period. The isolation period is from the country of origin, not necessarily the isolation requirements in the Philippines. Also, must certify that the Filipino is no longer infectious and has been allowed free movement and travel. So, in short, the Filipino national must be cleared for travel. Here is the latest quarantine requirements for those fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR test results. For those who are vaccinated, there is actually no facility-based quarantine. All you have to do is self-monitor for any sign or symptom for 7 days, with the first day being the date of arrival, and shall be required to report to the local government unit of destination upon the manifestation of symptoms, if any. For unvaccinated, you will be required to quarantine in a facility-based hotel until the release of a negative RT-PCR test taken on the 5th day, and you will be required to undergo home quarantine until the 14th day, with the date of arrival being the 1st.
If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.